Damn, it's the intro? Yes, it's the intro.
It's week 9 of the National Football League.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in week 9? And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. And they'll run it. This is James Robinson. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. You know, Charles, for this defense, look, it's no secret. You're facing a team that is really, really struggling. They haven't won in what seems like forever, but sometimes a desperate team can be a dangerous team, right?
You're exactly right about that, but they shouldn't be. When they're on that type of a losing streak, it's incumbent upon you to take charge of this game early and not give them any reason to hope. Get out and tackle and make sure you knock them back on their butts.
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Charles Harris make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. On 4th down on his Logan Cook to punt. It's taken to the 26. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. A very good starting field position from the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And they'll let this one go right on the outskirts of the 10. They'll down it at the 11-yard line. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the 2nd time here in this game. Now they come into this one with an 0-8 record. The playoffs obviously out the window weeks ago. For now, their season boils down really to one question. How do we come up with that first win?
It's a great question, and I do think that they'll get it because they've been close a few times. But in order to get it done, morale has to stay high, so a lot of that goes on the coaching staff. You know, easy to coach when you're 7-1. That's a piece of cake. But with their record right now, how do they manage to keep these guys going in the right direction? And they're going to need some help from some of those veterans in the locker room as well.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The threat of a 2nd straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Lawrence. They'll try and set up the screen to ETN. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. They call it a loss of a yard there. And that's going to make it 4th down. Here's Logan Cook now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Fielded at the 43. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position. On 1st and 10, McLean. He will find his man Chase complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And we got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. It's Mixon on the counter. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, this shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Mixon, and he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon, his 7th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Bengals will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. So a good job there, Charles, taking advantage of the short field, and they score first, punching it in on the short touchdown run.
I love the theme there, right? They didn't have to do anything big on that drive. Took advantage of where they were on the field, took it downfield, put the ball in the end zone. The only thing big on that drive, the 6 on the scoreboard.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it, and they'll take it out to the 25. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. In the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Oh, indeed. They have to have this one because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days, and it actually releases your mind. If they lose this one, that mind stays cluttered the entire time they're away, and they've got to scramble to get back in sync when they start playing again.
So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. 3rd and 7 now. Now this defense for the Bengals, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. Here's Logan Cook now to punt this one away. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. 40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. So here are the Bengals set to take over. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. They begin with a run by Mixon. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw. McLean. Open man is Chase, complete. Short completion, just 4 yards. And now it's 3rd and 3. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Throwing on first down. McLean. Open man downfield is Chase. He's got it. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. They give him a gain of 37.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
And when you're throwing the ball downfield really first drive, it's really a nice time to work one of the screenplays in. One of my favorite play callers in the game has always told me he starts every game with 10 to 12 screens because if he starts feeling the pressure from the defense, he uses their aggressiveness against them.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Ready for the second quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here as they've got it 2nd and 7. Operating from the gun, McClain. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. His second touchdown of the season. And the Bengals go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And Evan Ingram able to finish it off with a touchdown reception. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Jaguars getting set to go. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days. Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner, they can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Here's Lawrence. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. 22 yards there, a first down. Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball. And what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives. They get Cam Robinson, the tackle there. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Lawrence with the handoff to Robinson. And only a couple there as he'll take this up to the 47. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly. I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Lawrence there, complete to Robinson. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. The pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. A loss of 3 on the sack made by multiple defenders. Here's Logan Cook now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. This is taken at the 15. 13 yards, the tally on the return there. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions. Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot. A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Again, it's Mixon. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut. And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. The Bengals at 6-1 now through 7 weeks of the season. They've certainly found their groove of late. Winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've seen them play in a long time, partner. Sky's the limit as far as they're concerned. Their confidence really soaring.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, McClain. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. That's a step in the right direction defensively here because you're facing this sizable deficit. They're going to need more plays like that. A good sack, though. Good effort there.
And what you're hoping is, as you said, a step in the right direction, and that means it's something to build on. So you get the...
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Taylor Rapp with a pick. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
And the tough thing is when he goes back and reviews the film, he'll see that he already escaped the pocket. He could have gotten more himself by using his legs, and that might have been the better choice there instead of challenging the zone. A miscalculation on his part, and he pays for it with the interception.
Now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And the catch made, it's Tyler Boyd. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. The offense on 3rd down, not good, 0 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Now Lawrence. That's out wide here for Robinson. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Lawrence going to throw again. Screenplay, here's ETN. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Here's Lawrence to throw. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Charles Harris, that is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long. Now Lawrence. And that is incomplete.
Now, based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
And that is no good. Oh, he missed it just wide of the upright, and this will remain a 2-touchdown game.
And now 2 problems as I see it. First, you missed the kick, which granted was a long one. But second, you set the other guys up a great field position and enough time to maybe get downfield and get a field goal attempt of their own.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Throwing for Chase on the crosser. He's got it. And he will have a first down as they're into field goal range now at the 30. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On first down, McClain. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. McClain. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
This defense can use some more of these types of plays. How about him reading it, driving on the football, and he's right there for the pass breakup.
So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. They'll look to throw again.
Got an open man, finding Jefferson.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
And now 3rd and goal following incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Again, he'll drop to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
McPherson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
They have to be happy about that. We haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Now Lawrence to throw. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. Past the halfway point of the season, and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the 3rd quarter. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. Fielded just outside the goal line. Oh, a good return up past the 30. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Bengals. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge it, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. Play action. It's Lawrence. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. They find some open field here. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Lawrence will throw. Being chased out left. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. 20. 5. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six for a Bengals TD.
Well, I mean, you get it. They're trying to make something happen here in this third quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick six is exactly what they had in mind.
No, not at all, because this offense, they've been stuck all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet, and they're kind of forced to take a few chances here, and that one, it backfired in a big way.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
On first down, Lawrence.
Open man is the tight end, Nick Boyle. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw into the hands of Boyle here. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. Working with a 2nd and 4. Lawrence.
He completes it to Boyd. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 16. 12 yards there as they move the chains. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Steps away to his left, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
Oh, you can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
Flushed out right. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Pretty nice gain on the scramble. Gets him 12 yards. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. Lawrence. And that is incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
And Lambeau will put this one through. And now they'll just need 4 touchdowns as the deficit is now 28. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here.
And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. They'll stay on the ground, mixing again. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
From the gun on 3rd down. McClain, he's got his target. It's the tight end, Tyler Higbee. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Shaquille Griffin in on the stop defensively.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
To throw on 3rd down, McClain. And Ingram hauls it in. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 39.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material.
They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. Back now in Cincinnati. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. On 1st and 10, McClain.
He will find his man Chase complete.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Back to throw. McClain.
Another one into the hands of Jamar Chase.
That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Touchdown, Bengals!
Van Jefferson.
A 2-yard touchdown grab.
And the Bengals add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. To be frank, you really have to feel for them. And this is appearing to not be their week yet again. So another loss in the cards as they trail big in quarter number 4. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's Lawrence. He gets this one to Boyd. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down. Escaping the press. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Byron Jones getting to him from the secondary.
Well, partner, you and I will be headed to the airport, but after this game, when it's interview time, someone's going to ask this quarterback what hurt worse, the interceptions or the sacks. This whole day, it's been rough. Barring it.
Lawrence hit and the ball is free.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Charles Harris. That's now back-to-back sacks, and it brings up 4th down. Here's Logan Cook now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. 39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Jamar Chase hoping to be at center stage yet again. Returns to the field.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2.
Mixing up the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
And we got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
Back to Mixon on 1st down.
He'll take this to the 46.
At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do. Late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
Now, Bengals on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. Room here to run. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That gain on third down, good for 28.
An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. And they will take a knee here. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. And they'll indeed take a knee. The last 2 plays, each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. And they take a knee. And on 4th down, they come up and take the knee. And now out come the Jags.
It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. And they'll throw on 1st down with Lawrence.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Bengals grab it.
With that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time.